President Netanyahu, the First Lady Sarah, to all of the members of the delegation, and to Alan Solo and all of the Council of Presidents of the major American Jewish organizations, and all of you who are kind enough to be here today. New York shares a special bond with Israel. I don't think it's just because New York has the largest Jewish population of any state in the Union. I don't think it's because Israel is our fourth largest trading partner, and I don't think it's even because there are so many New Yorkers, more than any other place, that are volunteers in the Jewish Army. I think it has to do with the fact that within the perimeters of both of our boundaries, there have been attacks waged against our citizens that, but for chance, might have killed everyone in this room. The reality is that we live in a very dangerous time, and in this dangerous time, we have no better partner as a state or a country than the State of Israel. At this time, Winston Churchill once remarked that democracy is the worst form of government except for any other. And democracies always will be criticized, will be cajoled, and will be reviewed. But within the boundaries of Israel, in the Middle East, I would challenge anyone in this room to please recognize what is the closest democracy than to the State of Israel. The reality is that we have to understand that a country which is under siege, a country that is always in fear of attack, that goes to work, conducts business always right on the tip of perhaps major confrontation, still votes for its leaders, still allows for organized dissent, and still tolerates criticism all over the world simply for trying to defend itself and its boundaries time and time again. And so today we welcome the head of state of Israel, an individual who is a visionary and one whose views and whose advocacy has extended over 30 years. When he first identified the raid on Entebbe, which killed his own kin, as a terrorist attack. Not before had anyone ever associated these kinds of actions with actual terrorism. We had the word, but it was never used in the context of these terrible crises. And he also informed the world, and it's certainly a good time to recognize this, about the dangers coming from the country of Iran, which continues to arm itself with nuclear weapons and an anti-Semitic tone, which has in many ways mitigated Israel's right to defend itself. And right now, as Americans, it might be good for us to take a pause and to recognize not only that he is the great leader of this Middle Eastern state, but also has been a visionary, but without whom, the last few decades, we would not recognize the world's circumstances as they are today. And so, in welcoming you, President Netanyahu, it is important that I impart to you the feelings of New Yorkers, that we support wholeheartedly the State of Israel. We understand the great turmoil that exists that you have to address on a day-to-day basis. We recognize that our comments, our thoughts, will be interpreted and often become the igniting of actions by those who are antagonistic and antithetical to our democratic process. Those who have no faith to anything other than radical views of religion, and those who currently present the greatest danger to mankind on this globe. And so we not only wish you the best in trying to combat this, but offer you our greatest support in this endeavor. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.